Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the top 4 most valuable and expensive commemorative 50-cent coins from Australia. These aren't just pieces of spare change. They're little works of art that celebrate history, culture, and milestones. And in the right condition, they can fetch big money in today's collector market. Let's get started. First up, the 2000 Millennium Year commemorative 50-cent coin of Australia is one of the most exciting and historically significant coins in modern Australian numismatics. This isn't just a simple piece of circulating currency. It's a bold celebration of the new millennium, a design that captured the spirit of an entire nation, and a coin that has become a true talking point for collectors around the globe. The year 2000 marked the dawn of a new millennium, a moment celebrated worldwide with fireworks, gatherings, and a spirit of hope for the future. In Australia, this milestone was immortalized not only in celebrations, but also in the form of a unique coin, the 2000 Millennium Year 50-cent commemorative coin. This striking issue captured the pride, optimism, and unity of the nation as it stepped boldly into the 21st century. At the heart of this coin's story is its reverse design, created by artist Vladimir Gottwald, whose work stands apart from the traditional coat of arms design. Instead of the familiar kangaroo, emu, and shield, Gottwald presented a stylized version of the Australian flag, with sweeping, modern lines that symbolized progress, strength, and national identity. The design incorporated the Southern Cross and the Union Jack elements, but in a fluid, energetic form that gave it a distinctly futuristic feel, perfect for the Millennium theme. The lettering on the reverse boldly states Millennium Year across the top, with the denomination 50 cents inscribed beneath. Simple, sharp, and powerful, this lettering was designed to be timeless, marking the coin forever as a reminder of the year 2000, a once-in-a-lifetime turning point in world history. For collectors, that alone gives it extraordinary appeal. The obverse of the coin features the elegant portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. This portrait was only introduced the year prior, in 1999, and its realistic style contrasted sharply with earlier, more stylized versions of the Queen. Together, the obverse and reverse of this coin captured both continuity and change, respecting tradition while embracing modern design. When it comes to specifications, the Millennium Year 50-cent coin remained true to the well-loved Australian 50-cent format. It is a 12-sided dodecagonal coin with a smooth edge, struck from copper-nickel alloy, 75% copper, and 25% nickel. Weighing 15.55 grams and measuring 31.65 millimeters in diameter, it has the same sturdy and recognizable feel as other 50-cent coins, but its commemorative design makes it instantly stand out in a collection. The example you describe is in rusty condition, which suggests exposure to the elements or poor storage over the years. While corrosion and rust do reduce a coin's grade and collector appeal, they cannot take away its historical importance. Even a worn or weathered millennium coin tells a story of survival, having passed through countless hands since the year 2000. And for casual collectors or those just starting out, such examples remain affordable entry points into the hobby. In terms of rarity, the Millennium Year 50-cent coin is not exceedingly scarce in circulation, as millions were struck for general use. However, its uniqueness lies in the fact that it was a one-year-only issue, never to be repeated. That alone ensures ongoing collector interest, as no complete Australian decimal collection is considered finished without this iconic millennium piece. The market value for these coins varies greatly depending on condition. In rusty or heavily circulated condition, it may trade for just over face value, around $1 to $2 AUD. However, examples in very fine or extremely fine condition can sell for $5 to $15 AUD. Uncirculated coins are worth considerably more, often fetching $25 to $40 Australian dollars, while proof versions and presentation coins from mint sets can reach $100 Australian dollars or more. And then there are the famous error coins, such as the upset die versions, where the obverse and reverse are rotated. These can command hundreds, even thousands of dollars at auction. Collector demand for the 2000 Millennium 50-cent coin remains high. Not only is it a visually striking design, but it also represents one of those rare cultural and historical milestones where the importance of the date itself elevates the coin's desirability. Collectors around the world love coins tied to millennium celebrations, and Australia's 50-cent contribution is among the most celebrated. Another fascinating aspect of this coin is its symbolism. By moving away from the coat of arms for just 1 year, the Royal Australian Mint signaled that this was no ordinary issue. The stylized flag was a bold and modern artistic choice, reflecting the optimism Australians felt as they stepped into a new century. Every curve, every star, and every line in the design whispers of progress and national pride. Even in rusty condition, your Millennium coin has a role to play in collections and history. Not every coin can be pristine, and sometimes the weathered examples carry the most character. They may not command the highest prices, but they tell the richest stories of pockets, purses, and hands that have carried them through 2.5 decades of everyday Australian life. For serious collectors, the real treasures are the uncirculated and error varieties, but even common circulated coins are growing in interest as time passes. Each year, more coins are lost to damage, destruction, or hoarding, meaning fewer survive in quality condition. As this natural process continues, values rise steadily, making today's affordable coin tomorrow's rare prize. From an investment perspective, the Millennium 50-cent coin is a smart addition to any collection. Its 1-year-only issue ensures permanent demand, and its tie to the Millennium makes it universally appealing. Coins like this are more than just metal. They are time capsules, and time capsules grow in value as the years march on. It's also worth remembering that coins hold more than financial value. They are a link to memory and culture. The Millennium coin is a keepsake from one of the most globally celebrated moments in history. To hold one is to hold a tangible reminder of the optimism and energy of the year 2000, a spirit that still resonates today. The 2000 Millennium Year 50-cent Australian commemorative coin is one of the standout issues of modern Australian coinage. With its bold flag design by Vladimir Gottwald, its historic connection to the Millennium, and its enduring collector demand, it remains a treasure worth holding on to. Whether rusty or uncirculated, this coin has a story that resonates deeply, and for those lucky enough to find one in pristine condition, or better yet, an error version, it could indeed be a stepping stone to wealth. This is one coin that proves history, art, and value can come together in one small but powerful piece of metal. Next up, the Australian 50-cent coin of 2004 represents more than just pocket change. It is a continuation of a proud numismatic tradition that stretches back to the introduction of decimal currency in 1966. While many people passed it through their hands without a second thought, collectors know that every coin tells a story, and the 2004 issue is no exception. In excellent condition, this coin stands as both a piece of art and a record of Australia's enduring national identity. The reverse design of the 2004 50-cent coin features the Australian coat of arms, one of the most recognizable and enduring emblems of the nation. At the heart of the design is a shield that bears the badges of Australia's 6 states: New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland, South Australia, Western Australia, and Tasmania. Flanking the shield are the proud national supporters, the kangaroo on the left and the emu on the right. Both animals were chosen for their symbolic value, representing a country that always moves forward, as neither can easily move backwards. Above the shield sits the 7-pointed Commonwealth Star, representing the unity of Australia's states and territories under the Federation. Surrounding the design is an ornate wreath, finely detailed and elegant, giving the coin a classical beauty that appeals to collectors everywhere. This design, first created by Stuart Devlin, has been a staple of the 50-cent coin since 1969 and continues to symbolize Australia's values and heritage. On the obverse of the coin, we see the regal portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. Introduced in 1999, this effigy is a realistic and mature depiction of the Queen, showing her facing right and wearing the royal diadem. The words Elizabeth II in Australia 2004 frame the portrait, ensuring the coin's identity as both currency and a representation of Australia's ties to the Commonwealth. When it comes to specifications, the 2004 50-cent coin adheres to the familiar and much-loved format. It is a 12-sided dodecagonal coin with a smooth edge struck from copper-nickel alloy, 75% copper, and 25% nickel. It has a weight of 15.55 grams, a diameter of 31.65 millimeters, and a thickness of 2.5 millimeters. Its distinctive size and shape make it one of the largest circulating coins in the decimal series, instantly recognizable by touch alone. The coin in excellent condition that you describe carries additional appeal to collectors. Condition is one of the most important factors in determining value, and coins that remain sharp, lustrous, and free from scratches are significantly more desirable than their worn counterparts. For a 2004 issue, excellent condition means it likely has crisp details, clear lettering, and strong brilliance, qualities that separate it from the masses of circulated examples. In terms of rarity, the 2004 50-cent coin is not considered scarce in everyday circulation, as millions were struck for general use. However, the fact that so many were handled, scratched, and worn means that pristine examples are much harder to come by. Collectors often seek coins in uncirculated rolls or mint sets to ensure quality, and those who happen to have preserved a circulation strike in excellent condition may find it worth more than they expect. The market value for the 2004 50-cent coin varies significantly based on condition and presentation. Circulated examples generally trade for face value, though lightly circulated coins may reach $1 to $2 AUD. In excellent or near uncirculated condition, prices can climb to $5 to $10 AUD. Uncirculated and proof coins from official mint sets are far more valuable, ranging from $15 to $40 Australian dollars depending on demand. Specialized errors, such as misstrikes or die clashes, can fetch even higher prices, sometimes hundreds of dollars if the error is rare and dramatic. Demand for the 2004 issue is also driven by set collectors, who aim to build complete year-by-year collections of Australian decimal coins. Every date matters, and the 2004 50-cent piece is an essential entry in such collections. As time passes, even ordinary issues grow in desirability, particularly in top-grade condition, as natural attrition removes many examples from circulation. What makes the 2004 50-cent coin especially engaging is its link to tradition. For decades, the coat of arms reverse has been a constant in Australian numismatics, a symbol of stability amidst a changing world. Owning a 2004 coin is not just about having a date on a piece of metal. It is about holding continuity, history, and symbolism in your hand. From an investment perspective, while the 2004 coin may not be an immediate pathway to millionaire status in rusty or worn condition, those who carefully collect uncirculated and proof versions are sitting on treasures that grow in value with each passing decade. History shows that ordinary coins, when kept in pristine condition, often become highly valuable as time reduces their availability. Another exciting aspect is the possibility of error coins from the 2004 mintage. Coins struck with off-center designs, double strikes, or upset dies are extremely rare but highly sought after. In the collector's market, such errors can turn a standard coin worth a few dollars into a prize worth hundreds, or even more, depending on its uniqueness. This is why coin hunters continue to check their change with anticipation. Sometimes the smallest details make the biggest difference. Collectors also treasure the storytelling power of coins like the 2004 50-cent. It is more than a unit of money. It is a cultural artifact, a piece of Australia's identity, and a reminder of the craftsmanship behind every issue. Each coin is a miniature canvas, blending art, history, and economics in a form that everyone can access. For beginners, finding a 2004 coin in excellent condition is often a starting point in building a collection, while seasoned numismatists see it as one more vital step in completing their decimal series. Either way, its importance cannot be overstated. This coin connects the everyday spender with the dedicated collector, reminding us that treasures still pass through our hands unnoticed. The 2004 Australian 50-cent coin is a fascinating piece that embodies both tradition and lasting collector appeal. With its powerful coat of arms design, excellent condition rarity, and potential for errors and mint-quality finds, it is far more than spare change. For those with the foresight to preserve it or the luck to uncover a rare variant, this coin could indeed become a stepping stone toward wealth. Above all, it remains a timeless symbol of Australia, one that continues to shine in the numismatic world. Next up, The Australian 50-cent coin of 1980 carries with it a legacy that ties directly back to the beginnings of decimal currency in 1966. By this year, the 12-sided copper, nickel 50-cent coin had already become an essential part of daily commerce, trusted for its durability and distinctive design. Yet, the 1980 issue also stands out for its unique production variations and its enduring appeal to collectors who continue to hunt for special pieces from this mintage. At its core, the 1980 coin was struck as a continuation of the standard circulation series. The obverse features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin, a design that had graced Australian coins since 1966. The Queen faces right, wearing the tiara known as the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. Around the portrait are the inscriptions Elizabeth II in Australia in 1980, identifying the coin as both Commonwealth currency and a symbol of Australia's enduring ties to monarchy and tradition. Turning the coin over, the reverse design is the Australian coat of arms, a powerful national emblem that has defined the 50-cent coin since its 12-sided rebirth in 1969. At its center is a shield that bears the badges of the 6 states of Australia, flanked by the nation's most iconic animals, the kangaroo and the emu. Above the shield rests the 7-pointed Commonwealth star, while the entire arrangement is encircled by intricate wreath work. Designed by Stuart Devlin, this reverse is not just decorative, it's a statement of unity, resilience, and Australian pride. When we talk about specifications, the 1980 Australian 50-cent coin adheres to the same remarkable standard that set it apart in world numismatics. The coin is struck in copper, nickel alloy, 75% copper, 25% nickel, giving it a silver-like appearance while remaining resistant to wear. It weighs a substantial 15.55 grams, has a diameter of 31.65 millimeters, and a thickness of 2.5 millimeters. Its 12-sided shape makes it instantly recognizable both visually and by touch, preventing confusion with other coins in circulation. Now let's focus on the condition. A 1980 coin in very fine condition means that it has been circulated, yet still holds strong details. The lettering is clear, the Queen's portrait shows noticeable definition, and the coat of arms is sharp enough to admire. While it is not in pristine, uncirculated quality, very fine condition places it above average, meaning collectors will still prize it as a well-preserved circulation coin that has survived more than 4 decades of use. What makes the 1980 50-cent coin particularly fascinating for collectors is its mint mark varieties. That year, coins were struck in Canberra, no mint mark, as well as special collector issues from Melbourne, C mint mark, Sydney, S mint mark, and Perth, a mint mark. These mint mark coins, produced in uncirculated sets, are especially desirable to collectors today, as they represent Australia's rich minting history and add layers of rarity and intrigue to what might otherwise be considered a common year. In terms of rarity, the standard 1980 50-cent coin without a mint mark is not particularly rare in circulation. Tens of millions were minted for everyday use, and many remain in collections and change drawers. However, coins in very fine condition, and especially those in uncirculated or proof quality, are much scarcer. The mint mark coins, struck in lower numbers, are the real gems of the year and can command impressive premiums in today's collector market. The market value of a 1980 coin varies widely. A standard circulation strike in very fine condition is generally worth between $1 and $3 Australian, slightly above face value due to collector demand. Higher-grade coins in uncirculated condition can fetch $10 to $25 Australian, while proof versions and mint mark issues may be valued anywhere from $30 to $100 Australian or more, depending on rarity and condition. Certain error coins from the 1980 mintage, such as off-center strikes or misstruck details, have been known to sell for hundreds of dollars at auctions, proving that even small mistakes can yield big rewards. Collectors today still hunt for the 1980 50-cent coin because it represents more than just money. It's a piece of Australian history. This was a period when Australia was building its global identity, and coins were a tangible reminder of national pride. The coat of arms design gave citizens a daily glimpse of the symbols that united the states and territories, reinforcing a sense of belonging with every transaction. The demand for this coin is steady, especially among collectors who aim to build complete year sets of decimal coinage. To complete such a set, the 1980 coin is essential, and those in higher grades are especially sought after. As time passes, examples in very fine or better condition will become increasingly scarce, because natural circulation continues to diminish the quality of those still in use. It is also worth noting the global interest in Australian coins like the 1980 50-cent. International collectors are drawn to Australia's unique designs, distinctive shapes, and low mintages compared to larger economies. This means that the market for coins like this extends well beyond Australia's shores, boosting long-term value and demand. Another layer of excitement comes from the investment potential of coins like the 1980 issue. While one circulated coin in very fine condition won't instantly make you a millionaire, the principle of coin collecting is accumulation, patience, and foresight. Those who preserve rolls, mint-mark sets, or proof issues often find decades later that their modest investments have grown into significant assets, sometimes worth thousands of dollars when sold at the right time. Error coin hunters also keep a close eye on the 1980 50-cent piece. Misstrikes, double strikes, die cracks, or missing details all represent rare opportunities to turn a common coin into a treasure worth many times its face value. These are the coins that spark headlines when found in pocket change, and the 1980 issue has its share of known varieties that keep the hunt alive. From a collector's standpoint, the storytelling power of the 1980 50-cent coin is just as important as its value. It is not just a lump of copper, nickel. It is a miniature canvas carrying Australia's coat of arms, a portrait of the Queen, and the heritage of a nation. Every scratch, every mark, every detail tells a story of the hands it has passed through over the decades. The 1980 Australian 50-cent coin in very fine condition is a wonderful reminder that treasures are often hiding in plain sight. With its bold specifications, timeless coat of arms design, and potential mint-mark rarities, it has earned its place in collections across Australia and beyond. While not every example will make you a millionaire, the thrill of discovery, the chance of uncovering a rare mint mark or error, and the steady rise in value over time mean that this coin deserves every bit of attention it receives in the numismatic world. Next up, the commemorative Australia Day 2010 50 cent is one of those coins that grabs you the moment you see it, bold, modern, and bursting with national symbolism. It's the kind of design that doesn't whisper, it sings. Even in very fine condition, it has the presence of a miniature poster, an artwork that tells a story about who Australians are and what they celebrate together every January. Flip to the reverse, and the message is crystal clear. Vladimir Gottwald's composition turns a map of Australia into flowing ribbons, a clever visual metaphor for people from every age and background woven into a single, moving fabric. Those bands fold and curve like streamers at a summer festival, but they also read as pathways, journeys that converge across a vast continent. It's celebratory, yes, but also quietly insightful. Unity is something you do, not just something you say. The lettering frames the image like a chant at a public ceremony. Celebrate what's great 50 VG, Australia Day. In the hand, those words feel like a call to gather, to look around at the everyday greatness. Neighbors helping neighbors, volunteers in wide-brim hats, kids waving flags under the coastal sun. The VG initials neatly credit the designer while doubling as a subtle signature that collectors love to spot. On the obverse, the coin carries Ian Rank Broadley's portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, the dignified, realistic effigy introduced in 1999. It's crisp, assured, and beautifully proportioned. Exactly the kind of portrait that balances a bold commemorative reverse. This pairing of contemporary obverse and celebratory reverse captures the mood of Australia in the 2010s, grounded in tradition, confident in its own voice. Technically, this is your classic Australian half-dollar canvas. Copper nickel, 75% copper, 25% nickel, 31.65 millimeters across, a satisfyingly hefty 15.55 G, with the iconic 12-sided, dodecagonal shape and smooth edge. Those specs matter more than you'd think. Weight and geometry are part of the tactile theater. You can spot it blind in a handful of change, which is one reason the 50-cent denomination has become the storytelling stage for so many of Australia's best coin designs. Your example is in very fine VF condition, which in numismatic terms means it has lived a little without losing its voice. The high points will show light, even where lines within the ribbon map remain distinct. The fields still have some glow, and the queen's hair and diadem retain honest detail. It's a sweet spot for collectors who want authenticity and eye appeal without paying the premium for mint state. Design-wise, Gottwald's ribbon map is a masterclass in movement and negative space. The gaps between ribbons are just as important as the bands themselves, letting light play across the surface so the map shimmers as you tilt it. That optical liveliness is why this coin photographs beautifully and looks even better in video. Perfect for thumbnails, reels, and shorts that need to pop in under a second. Historically, the Australia Day 50 cent belongs to a beloved tradition, using circulating coinage to broadcast national moments. Where earlier issues leaned heraldic or formal, this one goes human. Those ribbons suggest people linked arm in arm, a community snapshot rather than a coat of arms. It's modern Australia in metal, uncomplicated and confident. Now, let's talk market reality. In very fine condition, typical sales land around $2 to $6 Australian dollars, depending on eye appeal and buyer enthusiasm. Step up to extremely fine to about uncirculated, and you'll often see $8 to $15 Australian dollars. True uncirculated pieces with frosty luster can bring 15 to 30 Australian dollars, and mint packaged, RAM card, or presentation examples trend higher, often 25 to 45 Australian dollars when clean and complete. Proofs and special finishes, where available from sets, can push 60 Australian dollars plus, with top-graded slabs occasionally exceeding that when bidders compete. Could this be a coin that makes you a millionaire? On its own, not realistically. This is a populist commemorative, not a low-mintage unicorn. But here's the nuance collectors understand. Wealth in numismatics often comes from strategy, not a single coin. A tidy stash of choice uncirculated examples bought smartly, plus a hawk's eye for major errors, wrong planchets, broad strikes, dramatic off-centers, or spectacular die rotations, can turn a friendly commemorative into a serious performer over time. One dramatic, authenticated mint error can fetch hundreds or even thousands. A curated hoard can pay off when demand cycles up. Demand is buoyed by three overlapping audiences: date collectors completing year runs, type collectors chasing modern commemoratives, and thematic collectors who love Australia Day iconography. That third group is sticky. They're buying the feeling the coin evokes, not just the metal. Sticky demand tends to hold values steady and can lift them during anniversaries or renewed public interest. Condition is the multiplier. A coin like this sings when it's original and uncleaned. No polish marks, no hairlines from abrasive cloths, no artificial shine. If you're curating for value, store in an inert flip or capsule, avoid PVC, handle by the edges, and let the coin be itself. Natural patina and gentle cabinet tone are friends to long-term desirability. Presentation also matters. The story you wrap around the coin, provenance, a crisp macro photo of the ribbon map, a short video showing the cartwheel luster, can add real dollars when selling. Buyers aren't just hunting numbers, they're hunting confidence. Clear, honest imaging and accurate grading notes convert window shoppers into bidders. Macro trend time. Australian commemoratives enjoy international attention thanks to strong design, distinctive shapes, and a collecting culture that documents varieties and errors obsessively. That global pool means you're not limited to a local buyer base. When sentiment rises, so do prices, and coins with crowd-pleasing art, like this ribbon map, tend to lead the parade. If you're prospecting for upside, focus on three veins: highest-grade raw coins with booming luster, original mint products, cards, sets, sealed and spotless, and authenticated errors big enough to be seen at arm's length. Small die chips are curiosities. Dramatic misstrikes are headlines. Pair that with patience, and you've got a realistic, compounding path rather than a lottery ticket. And never underestimate its display power. In a tray next to the Millennium 2000 flag design and the remembrance pieces, the 2010 Australia Day coin anchors a narrative, pride, people, and place. It's the one viewers point at and say, "That's the feeling." In a world crowded with coins, emotional clarity is a competitive edge. Your 2010 Australia Day 50 cent in very fine condition is a beautiful, story-rich commemorative with steady collector demand and a clear path to higher value in better grades, sealed presentations, or dramatic error variants. It may not mint a millionaire overnight, but in the hands of a savvy collector who builds the right set, tells the right story, and waits for the right moment, it's exactly the kind of coin that turns small change into something much bigger.